Good evening, my fellow Darklings. Welcome to the Supernatural Dish. I will be recapping episode 3 of season 9, I'm No Angel. And wow, let me just start off by saying, Cass, poor Cass. I mean, who'd have thunk that being human was so awkward? Well, anything basically that Cass ever does is awkward, so it really comes to no surprise. And we kind of find Cass, on the run from all of these angels after him, and he's basically hopping from one homeless shelter to another homeless shelter, making friends along the way. He goes by the name of Clarence, which actually is really kind of sweet because that's what Meg used to call him. Aw, I miss Meg. Cass is pretty at ease expressing his disdain for being human, like, having to take the time to urinate, to eat, to sleep, even to pass gas. All of these things just kind of are awkward for Cass. Who really isn't feeling awkward is Sam. Sam is actually feeling great. He's over with Dean, and wow, he's getting up in the morning and jogging and feeling great. And it's actually kind of suspicious to Dean. And he's like, dude, why, how are you getting up so early and jogging, and I'm here and you bringing me bacon and eggs and cholesterol and stuff? And Sam basically says, oh, I just feel great. And then boom, Ezekiel comes out and he tells Dean, basically that I am healing Sam, and I need to warn you about something. There is a angel call out there because what's happening is there's an uprising, a faction of angels, an organization coming together because they all want to find Cass. So here's that over angel radio, and it kind of alarms Dean. And so what needs to happen next is they need to find Cass. The way that this faction is organizing is actually quite funny. We find out the leader of this faction is an angel named Bartholomew, and he doesn't like to be called Bart, so I'm gonna go ahead and call him Bart. He's kind of mean. Bart basically finds this extra animated reverend to go on national TV and put out a call to everybody in America that's listening to open yourselves up to do the Lord's work and become an angel. The reverend's actually quite a nice guy. He believes that Bart is this extra cool angel sent by God, and of course God's not around. Where is God? He's gone. So basically this angel's lying. Just then, this really sweet girl comes waltzing in on the meeting between Bart and this reverend, and she's like, oh, I want you to use my body as a vessel, and I want an angel to come through to me. And Bart's like, okay. And the reverend's like, yay, oh, I want to see this for myself. And then, oh my gosh, this angel comes in. The light shines down into her body. All the holiness, the glory is shining all over her. And it just fills her up, and it fills her up, and then boom! She explodes into a million pieces. Ew. Bart explains to the Reverend Boyle that not all humans are suitable to accept an angel inside of them. So I guess, she couldn't handle it. Too bad. But, it's for the greater cause, according to Bart. Jerk. It is these angel explosions that eventually help Sam and Dean track down Cass. They're trying to look for Cass, and they kind of pinpoint where it was that they last talked to him, and they kind of go off of that and see what strange things have been happening near and around that general area, and so they find like 2 priests have died, and of course that's where Cass was, because he was at a homeless shelter helping out, and then angels and people were after him and trying to get a hold of him. So they're trying to track him down that way. Cass has managed to make his way from Colorado all the way to Detroit. An angel spots Cass and basically goes after him, and Cass manages to escape and kill the angel, and basically knows this is the real deal, people are after me. And although Cass is really naive, he's actually very smart. Rather than spend some money on a chili dog that he really, really wants to eat, he visits a tattoo shop and gets a tattoo. And although we really didn't get to see it, I really want to see it. Please, please. When Bart is informed that Cass has found a way to ward off the angels, he hires a Reaper. And he explains to the Reaper the easiest way to find Cass is to find the Winchesters. They'll lead him straight to Cass because he knows they're pretty resourceful and they'll probably end up finding him. This Reaper really isn't very good because Dean and Sam catch him right away. And they basically question him about who's after Cass and what's going on. And he kind of tells them everything. And so there's really no use for him, and Dean just sort of like kills him. At this point, Cass is hungry and he's in Detroit, and he starts rummaging through some dumpsters, and this really sweet young lady offers him her PB&J sandwich, and he's like, oh, thank you. And then later on that night when she leaves to go home, she sees that he's out on the sidewalk and it's raining, and she feels bad for him, so she takes him home with her. Yeah, she takes him home. And then she starts talking to him, and he starts whining about everything. And then she's like, oh, I see you have blood all over your shirt. Let me take that off so I can wash it. So he does, and he's still whining about everything. And so then she's like, oh, you're all tight, your delts, everything's sort of, you need a massage, and let me make you feel better. Well, she really makes him feel better because, oh my goodness, Cass has sex with her. So, after a great night, Cass wakes up in the morning and he goes to retrieve his clean clothes, all happy and stuff. And April, the girl who, had her way with him, she basically ties him up, but not in a good way. No, not in a really good way. She basically is a Reaper, and she found him. Poor Cass. And she starts yelling and screaming at him, you're the one who made all the angels fall, and Metatron, and everything just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And he basically explains that Metatron lied to him. He's the one who took his grace. He's the one who caused this spell. He's the one who cast them from heaven because he took his grace. So maybe, perhaps, Cass's grace is the key that holds what they need to open the gates of heaven back up. She still wants to torture him. She still is pissed off at him, and she has this angel sword, and she's ready to kill him or to harm him. But then, boom, just then, the Winchesters bust in. They found him. They found him just in time. Well, not really in time, because basically April stabs Cass, killing him, mortally wounding him. He's dead. Dean has no choice but to kill her. But there it is. Sam's passed out. Cass is dead. What happens? Ezekiel wakes up. He wakes up in Sam's body, and he stands up and he goes over and he heals Cass back to health. And when Cass and Sam wake up, they're like, whoa, how did this happen? And Dean's like, well, let me think. Just before everything happened, I made a deal with April to heal Cass while you were passed out, Sam. And she did it, but then I killed her anyways. And then they're like, oh, you lied? And he's like, yeah, I lie. I do that. Yeah. the guys travel back to the Men of Letters bunker, and much to the amusement of Dean, Cass admits his fondness for burritos and water pressure and stuff like that, and he even tells Dean that he had sex with April. Oh my gosh. Dean's like, "Ugh!" While Dean and Sam are talking alone while Cass is lounging on the sofa, Ezekiel pops through. And basically, he tells Dean that he is not safe in the presence of Cass. He doesn't really explain why, but he basically says, if I'm around Cass, I refuse to be in Sam's body. And basically, if he leaves Sam's body, that means Sam will die. So he basically is telling Dean that he needs to tell Cass to get on out. And that kind of really sucks because he has to go and tell his poor little friend Cass that he needs to get gone. So he does. He walks over there and tells him, you know, you gotta go, man. He must feel like the biggest asshat ever. So that's where we end this episode. Dean being an asshat. Poor Cass. Anyways, be sure to check out Dark Media. We have a Facebook, we have Twitter, we have our website. Go ahead and find all the links, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.